Hello, Mixtresses and Mixters. This is Mixtress Ray. You're watching Mixtress video. I think what this is going to be is sort of a Thanksgiving holiday energy check-in reading. La la la. I don't know. It's gonna be like a collective reading, probably. I don't know. We're gonna pull some cards, see what happens. We're gonna fuck around and find out. It's the end of my day. I've had a full work day. I've already taken all my makeup and rings off and all that stuff. And we're just gonna hang out, see what happens. This is not the best shot in the world, but hopefully it'll be okay. Yes, okay, here we go. So, first of all, I want to know what we want to talk about. What do we want to talk about? Let's let tarot pick the topic. I know for me, I've been in a rabbit hole of kind of like projected image, like how do people see me? How do I see myself? How do others see each other? I'm kind of over the idea when I see people getting more and more famous online, getting more and more subscribers, when the more subscribers they get, the more like strangers on the internet are telling them how to feel, how to act, how to feel about themselves, telling them what they are. And I think it's infantilizing. And I don't want that shit. Okay, I think we just got 2 nights. Yes, we did. Oh no, we have glare. Okay, that's fine. It's okay, guys. I know how to fix these things. Don't worry. Don't you worry about it. We're gonna move this. We're gonna move this light. And it's gonna be great. Can you see it? Okay, we're good. Okay, better, right? So, lighting is not great, but that's okay. I mean, don't you read by candlelight? I know I do. I guess it would make more sense to have the candle over here, since there's less light on this side. This one tiny little candle. Okay, so, yeah. If we're thinking about, like, perception equals reality, right? So, like, we don't know what reality is. We only know the lens with which we perceive it through. That's all we can see. So if that's all we can see, you know, let's say these are the 2 ways to see it. You can see reality through a lens of love or through a lens of lust. This is love versus lust is what I'm seeing here. And in the love category, you can either love or hate. And in the lust category, it's like passion or deliberation. I don't know what that means at all. Cool. Awesome. Let's get a little bit more about these two categories here. If we have this is a path that you have to choose. You have to choose what to pay attention to, what not to pay attention to, what to leave behind. It's almost like, okay, so you're getting on the boat. You're getting on the boat. These are the 3 swords you left behind that you're not taking with you on the boat. Like if we think of the minors of the sword suit going backwards. You were at the 9 in that hyper anxious state, but then you got rid of these 3 things, and now you're moving on to calmer waters in the 6. So how do you do that? Well, you have to go towards what you love. And that's going forward. Whereas with this Knight of Wands, we're sort of stumbling backwards and being... I've been seeing, like, the King of Cups reversed has been coming up for me a lot. Not only for me, but for, you know, just in collective readings or whatever. It's been coming up. And it's been stated as control. So a friend said to me today, actually, that something that she has noticed is that people are parenting each other, or they're coming off as parenting each other online. And this is something that I've noticed too, that I hadn't thought about it in that way before. But the whole, like, when you get nasty comments, sometimes they are, the tone is very, well, you need to be doing this and you need to be doing this. It's kind of, it's unsolicited advice. And sometimes in very female dominated spaces, especially, it's coming in as, well, honey, here's what you need to do. And that's perfectly well and good if you asked for that advice. But if you didn't, there's like this controlling aspect. Like, people see someone else doing something and they want to control it. And that's kind of how I'm seeing this right now. If somebody's motivated, this might even just be love and anger here. If somebody is motivated by love, then they're going to be leaving behind things they don't love. Because if you don't love it, you're going to move on from it. Whereas here, it's more of a stagnant place. You're trying to hold on to both things. If you're trying to hold on to everything, if you're trying to contain everything in your cup, if you're trying to control yourself and everyone else, that's a place of, that's an unstable space. And bad things can come from that, is how I'm seeing this right now. I feel like the cards are very crooked on the screen, aren't they? Yes, they are. What if I just moved the camera instead of trying to reorganize the cards? What if I just moved the camera instead? How's that? I like that. I should also have incense, right? Sorry guys, I did not prepare for this at all. But it was kind of one of those things where it's like, I've been wanting to do a reading for you guys for a long time, like maybe a pick a pile or something like that, and it just hasn't been happening. I just haven't been motivated to do it. I'm gonna burn some coconut incense today. Does any of this make any sense? So this is almost like this is a freer flowing path of like, you know, you got to figure it out as you go. You know, if you're in this boat, you're not going to be able to be hyper controlled. Yeah, and it's a thing that like we don't know. We don't know how this is going to turn out. Like you might walk away for a little rumspringa right now. And there might be things that you pick up along the way. What's that? Oh, sorry. Like the arm of the light is in the way now. Cool. I'm really good at this. All right. You might be walking away in order to come back again. This is not necessarily a forever breakup, but whatever it is right now that it's time to let go of, it's time to walk away. And you'll be overcoming some things. It's not going to be easy. But it's almost like this is the path you've been on. And you've been in a stagnant space. You've been sitting still, kind of in a coma for a while now. Whew, yeah. Yeah. You're trying to keep everything. I mean, obviously this is kind of a collective reading, so it's going to manifest in many different ways for many different people. But what I'm seeing here is like you're trying to keep everything so tight, so pulled together, so controlled, and you are lashing out at people. And it could be strangers online, it could be people in your own life. Like, if you're not already like starting on this more uncertain path here, then this is something that, you know, it's time to take a cold, hard look in the mirror. It is time for that. Let's get some oracle cards too. So this is like, depending on who's watching this, you know, you could be seeing like this is where you were and this is where you're going, and this is a reinforcement that you're on the right path if that's the case. Or this could be that you used to be this freer person that sort of followed your own path. Like this is somebody that's brave. This is somebody that's walking away because they know it's time to go. They're walking away to figure things out. This person is led by their heart, right? The Knight of Cups is led by their heart. They're going towards something they want to be going towards. They're going away from the things that, you know, this is a person looking towards the future, right? They're going out to experience some things, and they don't know how it's going to turn out. This is a journey. And it's a journey that needs to be taken. So maybe you're already this person, or maybe you used to be this person and it's time to find her again. Yeah. Freedom. If you feel like this rigid person over here, this is where you need to be. Or if you're already going down this path again, good. Keep going. This is your reinforcement. The life of freedom and following your heart and all of that shit. It's an uncertain path, right? It is. It's uncertain. And I've been there where you're just sort of, you're in this sort of coma, you're hyper controlled, but at the same time, like, I'm almost seeing this Knight of Swords right now as being anxiety, which is not normally how I would see the Knight of Swords, but that's how I'm seeing it right now. It's like, and also I don't normally see the Knight of Wands as anger, but that's how I'm seeing it right now. Like, okay, so even having like the Two of Pentacles here in the middle, like we're trying to keep it all fucking contained. We're trying to keep our psychological madness and our passions in life contained. We're trying to appear as if we are not unhinged, as if we're completely in control. But nature's catching up with us, my darlings. Nature is catching up. And she is gonna show us that it's all like nothing is actually predetermined, right? We are creating our own path. There's this like victim mentality that a lot of people have. That's like life is happening to you. And when I hear people talking like that as if they have no control, life is happening to them, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, you know that at the very least, they're not in a good place right now. They don't feel in control. But this is something different than that, because this is somebody that's like, this is a reality of hyper control. Like you're not saying anything, you're not doing anything, you're staying home, you're refusing to experience life. So if you identify with that, there's another way. Let's sort of like clear this away, and I kind of want to keep this freedom card though. Can you still see that? Kind of want to keep that freedom card out. But let's get a little bit more about like, okay, say that you've recognized, okay, I'm that King of Cups right now. There's this hyper control going on in my life and I'm sick of it. So what does that mean? What does that mean? What are the next steps? If I do that 8 of Cups, 3 of Swords, Knight of Cups life of following my heart right now, where is that going to take me? And again, we don't know. That's the thing. You don't know. It is an uncertain future. It is an uncertain reality. Oh my God, there's this song. It's an erasure song. Are we living for an uncertain future? What is the song? It's getting mixed up with other erasure songs in my head. But there's this part where it's like talking about like neighbors hanging out together, talking about how awful everything is. I just ran this card over with my chair. Cool. And are we living for an uncertain future. And the first time I heard it, like, it's kind of about like political unrest and economic unrest and people being scared for the future. But the way that I interpreted the lyrics originally was that people were kind of like, are we living for an uncertain future? Like, there was some excitement in it, and I don't think that's the way that the song was supposed to be portraying that energy, but that's the way that I hear it when I hear the song. So it's almost like, are we living for an uncertain future? Like, how can we... And I'm not saying like, let's be excited about scary things. But I think we need to be brave again. I think we need to go out there. I think we need to, like, for me personally, like, I've lately been reminiscing about times in my life whenever I would just go. I would just go on a trip completely by myself. I would go on a road trip completely by myself, and just because I could. And yeah, there's more roadblocks to that now than there used to be for me, you know, like financially, etc. Being an adult, having adult responsibilities, etc. But we can still incorporate some freedom and some joy in our lives. It can be done, and we're putting forth too many excuses to stop ourselves from doing it. And we need to stop that shit. We need to live our lives. This is, like, as far as we know, the only one we got, right? Are we living for an uncertain future? We got wisdom. There's more wisdom in freedom than we give it credit for. You know? I know for me personally, I've spent years now spending all of my money on material things. I've been sort of padding my little nest so that I don't have to leave it, when that money could have been put into savings for future experiences. What am I using right now? I decided to hit record. I'm using my two most basic decks. My most basic Oracle deck is Vintage Wisdom, and my most basic Tarot deck is Rider-Waite-Smith, and I'm using those right now. Just those. And I'm just saying that to illustrate the point that I don't need more than that. King of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Empress, Five of Wands, Two of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. At the beginning and the end, we have everything we need. We have everything we need. We're going to fight with each other. We're going to work together. We're going to do some spells. We're going to take life by the fucking balls. And there's nature again, right? Still getting glare, which is annoying. But this is the Two of Cups, if you can't tell. I mean, I keep talking about the same fucking shit, but I'm on a journey that is taking me some time to move through. But lately, I have been in this space quite a lot. In this space of feeling really at home of feeling really like I'm seeing eye to eye. There's this sort of clarity, you know, like when I'm having conversations with people these days, it's like I know who I am separate from them. Whereas in the past, I used to have trouble, like my empathy with another person would make me dissolve into them. And I wouldn't know where I was anymore. I would like lose my sense of mass in space. You know, I would lose my parameters in space. But I found myself again, which means I can truly relate to other people. I'm not just like feeling like I relate to them because I'm caught in an empathy spiral with them. It's more like, okay, I see you, and here's where I'm at. Which means I'm able to actually bring myself to the table again. But in order to do that, you have to do some work. You have to set those wands in motion. And it's hard work. And part of that hard work is just the realization that you already have everything you need. The space that we're in as a society right now, the way that our late stages capitalism society works, is it's making us feel like this is not us. You know, we look at this and we think, oh, I want that. I want that. But this is a mirror. We already have it. We already have all of it. We already have all of the abundance. Or if we don't currently have it, we're being offered it. And for me, it was more of a realization of, like, nothing in my life really changed. It's just, now I know I got it. You know, I got it. It's all good. Gratitude for what I have and all that good shit. There's light at the end of the tunnel. But choosing freedom is hard. It's uncertain. I'm sorry guys. I've gotta look this up. What is this song that I'm thinking of? And can I have the lyrics, please? I know I'll be able to find it pretty quickly, because it's one that I've been listening to a lot. It is on the Innocence album. Okay, the song is called Hallowed Ground. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the sound because I'm gonna hit play and I don't want to get a copyright strike. Oh, you're not gonna give me the lyrics? Are you kidding me? You're just gonna make me Google it? Good old AZ lyrics, my favorite. Purple background. Okay, here we go. The cold and darkness of a criminal dawn. Wrapped in blankets, gotta keep ourselves warm. A child in the arms of a teenage mom. Who will be there? Who will be the next victim of the criminal dawn? Old friends meet on the edge of town, sharing conversation, hoping things will soon get better. While the children meet, got the world at their feet, not knowing what's around the corner. Are we living for an uncertain future? So it's really like, the song is very dark. You know, it's about the rise of, you know, violence in a society and shit like that. But something about it sounds so hopeful to me. Because I'm thinking about the children in the song. Let me say it again. Let me say it again. Old friends meet on the edge of town, sharing conversation, hoping things will soon get better. While the children meet, got the world at their feet, not knowing what's around the corner. Are we living for an uncertain future? Like, I'm thinking about, like, okay, so there's the adults, and they're talking about, like, oh my God, everything fucking sucks now. And then the kids are oblivious to this, right? And they hear the parents, that's what it is. They hear the parents saying, are we living for an uncertain future? And they think that sounds exciting. And they're right. Are we living for an uncertain future? That's what we want. That might not feel like what we want. It's like, okay, here we go again. We've already done this. You know, we've completed a cycle. It's like we're stuck inside a space where we already know what this is. You know that scene in The Matrix? Towards the beginning, it's after Neo has met Trinity at the club and he's in the car with her, and she's saying something to him, like he's looking out the window, and she's saying, you know where that road goes. You know what's down that road. You've been down that road. And she's kind of like, you know, it's the fool's journey, right? That's the moment where he's about to make the decision to take the blue pill? No, the red pill. He's gonna take the red pill. And he's going to choose the uncertain future. That's what I want for you guys. And it's scary as fuck, right? It is scary as fuck, choosing the uncertain future. But it's where we need to go. Because we've been down the roads that we've been down, and it's not working anymore. It's like we're going in circles. We're going in circles. We've established this already. That's the thing that, like, I just recently noticed about the Two of Wands is, like, this one is, like, riveted to the wall. We've already done that. We've already established that. We've erected that one. It's time to take this one and go forward. Standing right here thinking about it, we're not going to get anywhere. You know, like, don't you want to have that childlike moment of, like, skipping down the street? Don't you want to have that glee? Don't you want to feel like the fool again? You're not going to get there unless you try something else. You can't start. I mean, I know for me, anyway, I have spent a lot of time putting off happiness. Like, sitting in front of a screen, scrolling around, shopping. You might even be in the midst of a shopping spree right this very second, because Black Friday is coming and you're getting all those marketing emails. Unsubscribe to the marketing emails. Unsubscribe. Seriously. Because this person has all of their belongings with them right now. And it fits in this tiny little knapsack. And I'm not suggesting that, like, we literally be able to fit all of our belongings in a tiny little knapsack. But we're gonna have to pack light in order to have the freedom that we want to have. And that means letting go of some shit. Maybe there is actually a person in your life that needs to be left behind, but this could also just be letting some actual shit go. And again, I know I sound like a broken record because this is a journey that I've been on for a while and it's all I talk about, but like, it's a big deal. I've been letting shit go left and right, and it has made my life so much easier to navigate. Oh my God. Like, if I want something in my house, a certain tool, a certain, whatever it is, I know exactly where the fuck it is, and I know how to get to it quickly. And it's because I've let go of a lot of things and I've organized what's left. And even just like making the decision to get dressed in the morning has been easier for me because, like, there's not as much left because I'm only keeping what I love. So I can easily reach for, okay, well, it's, what's the temperature today? Okay, that means I'm gonna wear this jacket today. Done. Not like, oh my God, wading through, like, parting the waters of my closet to try to figure out, like, oh my God, just standing there and wanting to cry because there's too much. Not just as far as, like, closets, but, like, that's just one thing. You can't feel free like this until you've cleared some stuff out. And you really will feel free from it when it's gone. When that stuff that you've been trying to make work, when you finally let it go, then you're not fighting it anymore. It's just gone. And it's a pretty great feeling. And okay, so the hardest part, I think, of all of this, if you are looking to make a big lifestyle change that might involve leaving some shit, some people or shit behind in order to finally move forward again and realize you've done this already, okay? You've done it. The hardest part about that is remembering who you are and how you really feel. And knowing that you have wisdom. You do know. You do know what you need. You do know what you want. You do have the answers in your own life. But you've stopped trusting yourself. And you've allowed other people to tell you who you are. So how do we stop allowing other people to tell us who we are? Let's get some answers on that, shall we? Because that feels like a big thing. How do we stop letting others tell us who we are? Well, if you're a person that, like, you literally have people telling you what to think, telling you who you are, telling you certain things about yourself, if you're in a system of control, either personally in your life, like you literally have a person in your life that is kind of controlling you, or let's say like a situation more like what I'm in, maybe you're in a social media situation where like you have a bunch of subscribers or followers or whatever that are telling you certain things about yourself, so you think you're starting to believe them when they don't fucking know you. Don't let strangers tell you who you are. Do not let strangers tell you who you are. That's one of the many reasons why I think fame is extremely poisonous. And also it's gotten to the point where like everybody is a little bit famous, right? And if you are getting, like, if you are looking, we all look for reflections, right? We're looking for reflections of ourselves. We're looking for people to validate us. And if what's being reflected back to us has led us down a path let's say something kind of like, let's say you're known for, like, you have a YouTube channel and you have 5,000 followers or subscribers or whatever, and you have a natural genetic trait. You've had a channel for 10 years and you have a natural trait that you have luminous skin. But as you get older, and people have told you this in the comment section for 10 years now, oh my God, your skin is just glowing. You look so young, like, etc., etc., etc. So you have become known for your luminous, beautiful skin. But you're getting older and it's not as perfect anymore, but you have to maintain. You have become so used to people telling you this thing about yourself. And so now you feel you have to maintain it. So you're starting to do some things that you're not talking about, like getting filler, like, using all the tips and tricks. You're using all the secrets, but you're not talking about it. That's a very specific example, right? But like, even someone reflecting back to you something that is nice to hear, like the first time you hear that, oh wow, someone just said I have glowing, otherworldly, voluminous skin. Voluminous? Whatever. It's a nice thing to hear, right? But then you feel like you have to be that. Someone tells you who you are, and you feel like you have to stay that way. But we, human beings, we change. We do. Here's that Empress again. Queen of Swords. Seven of Wands. Page of Wands reversed. Emperor. Hanged Man. Six of Wands reversed, and then Six of Pentacles. Okay, what is happening here? We have the Empress and then the Emperor underneath. We have the Seven of Wands with the Six of Wands reversed underneath. Page of Wands reversed, six. And then there's a lot of like dichotomy within us, right? We can be both the Empress and the Emperor. We can be both. It's like, I feel like someone watching this, you've made a lot of money off of going against your true nature. That's how I'm seeing this right here. This reverse Page of Wands with the Six of Pentacles. You are making bank from presenting yourself a way that you aren't, and you're starting to believe the lie. And if you stand up for yourself, they're going to turn on you. And if you speak your truth, you might be met with silence. But I don't think, I mean, personally, I don't think that's a reason not to speak your truth, because you are being, there's a dishonesty that's happening. There's a big sort of society-wide dishonesty happening. That if we choose to be who we really are, but you know, the people that turn on you whenever you are yourself, the people that turn on you, they're not worth it anyway. Always, always. If you are going forth in the world with love, respect, and honesty, and you're met with hostility, sorry, that fool's making me laugh. If you are met with hostility, then those people were never for you anyway. The lie is continuing to present yourself in the way. It's like somebody watching this, I guess. I don't know if this is for everybody. You're seeking approval at the expense of your own self-worth. So it's not real approval, right? This Six of Wands is, there's that fucking King of Cups again. I'm gonna just go to take him out. He was on the bottom. It's not real approval. It's conditional. So whatever way you're misrepresenting yourself, and a lot of people I have seen are misrepresenting themselves in a very simple way of just not actually saying what they want to say, not actually expressing themselves. They're holding back. So it's not like you're outright lying about yourself, but you're holding yourself back because you know you could get backlash if you said what you really want to say. If you spoke your truth, you would be rejected. But those people's, like, if they're currently approving of you and paying you, if you do have some kind of business, if they're currently paying you and approving of you while you're misrepresenting yourself, it's conditional anyway. Their approval is conditional anyway. And wouldn't you want to break out and be free? there's a lot of people out there that want to control others. And usually the motivating factor behind their desire to control others, whether it be like for whatever reason or whatever way it manifests, there's a lot of people out there that are trying to control other people. And at the root of it, it's, I mean, there's a lot of different reasons for it, right? But at the root of it, the reason that they're trying to control others is because they're too afraid to break out of their own chains. So if they see someone else living freely, they want to knock them back. They want everyone to feel as trapped as they feel. So that's why they're trying to exert control. And I feel kind of bad for doing this to the King of Cups, because the King of Cups is not, I don't normally see him this way. I normally see him in a much more loving way. So I'm not taking this out on the King of Cups, but this is how he's manifesting right now. He's manifesting right now as hyper control. So how can we take this reverse Page of Wands and set her upright? How can we be ourselves again? Because I feel like, you know, this is who we really are, even though we've been presenting ourselves, even the people who are, if you're somebody who is kind of like hyper controlled / hyper controlling, there's hope for you too. Okay, let's get, I don't know, we've been talking for 52 minutes already, and I don't even know what this is. I hope this means something to someone, because this feels like a lot of word salad coming out of my mouth right now, so I hope that it makes some kind of sense. The Fool is kind of like, the tagline for the Fool is kind of fuck around and find out, right? I love that phrase so much. Okay. Should I like have an actual like specific question for the tarot instead of just pulling cards and trying to fucking figure it out afterwards? Okay, just give us some simple final messages to sum all of this up. Can we have that? The Chariot reversed. And it should be noted, I don't really do reversals except when they just come out that way. And that's what every reversal that's come up so far today has been, because cards fucking fallen on the floor. And then when I set them down, they're actually reversed. So I go with it if it happens that way, but it's not supposed to happen that way. But of course, this is about letting go of control, right? So apparently I do reversals now. Ace of Pentacles, Chariot reversed, Five of Cups, and World. Again, the way that I'm seeing the world today is that we've already done, what's the RuPaul? She already done had hers is, we're done. We've been here. We've been down this road. We've done this. We don't need to do this again. We've been here. It's like this, I'm seeing this Ace of Pentacles is like this hand, this divine hand offering us this beautiful opportunity, has just been patiently waiting for a really fucking long time for us to grab it. And we're in total inaction mode, and have been for a long time, because we're focusing on what we don't have. And of course, I'm applying this to like what I see as rampant consumerism all around me. Everything is about buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. And it is a cage of anxiety and stress and desperation at all times. I was there for years. I have broken out of that cage now, and I'm focusing on the 2 cups that I have. And it's hard. It is hard. It's still a process that I'm working through. I have to keep going over and over and over and over it again. But it's worth it. Because this beautiful coin being offered right here, this gorgeous pathway of this little garden. I mean, this little garden always makes me think about, spit on the card, always makes me think about like Jane Austen or some shit, you know, like how the characters are always like taking a walk about the garden, you know, arm in arm, walking about the garden. This little garden in the Ace of Pentacles always makes me think of that. Always makes me think about, like, it's simplicity, right? There's a simplicity to that, but it's a beautiful and abundant simplicity. I feel like most of us have the ability to have a beautiful, abundant simplicity in our lives. Even if we don't have the money to buy all the things, that's not what we're here to do. We're not here to buy all the things anyway. We're not supposed to buy all the things. That's hasn't made us happy so far. Why would it start now? Close the shopping tabs, my babies. Close them. Unsubscribe from all the fucking marketing emails and live your life. Okay. I think that's all I'm gonna say. Thank you for being here for whatever this was. This is me trying to do readings for people again. It's been a minute, so be kind. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. Don't yell at any family members unless they really need it.